Hi, Keller Price here, the Vice President of Communications for Open Express Network. I want to show you some of the great tools that we have available to you and walk you through a quick tutorial. So if you're watching this on your phone, jump on your computer at the same time and go through some of these activities with me. Let me show you what we have available. First, I'd like to go to the abwa.org website. From this website, there is information about events, some general information about membership that you can lead other individuals to. You can find out the history of ABWA. Hopefully you are aware about our foundings during the height of World War II and how we have evolved into this amazing organization over our years. We also have a blog. Let's see what's on the blog tab. The blog has articles on a variety of topics that you can take a look, and even at the bottom, subscribe to the blog. Membership information. This is a great tab to send prospective members to find out about the association. And this is where you can also find local chapters and networks. In addition to finding a local league as a new member, if you're traveling, I travel a lot, I will sometimes look up local chapters or express networks in the areas that I'm going to see if they have a meeting while I'm there, or connect with their members to meet up for coffee or some social time in my travels. Under the events tab, there is information about our conferences, our regional conferences, and when the information becomes available for our National Women's Leadership Conference, it will also be available in this area. The Career Connections tab. This is where you can take a look at job listings through Career Connections. It says there's 359 jobs on here. Pretty cool. You need to sign up or sign in if you're already registered here to view those jobs. You can also post your profile on there. Under the Sponsors tab, it has information about advertising with ABWA and just highlights some of our sponsors. If you go over to the login in the upper left-hand corner here, you can log into your membership portal. Let me log out so I can show you what it looks like. So we're going to click on Login on the left side of the screen. That's how you start. You'll put in your email and password. Click on the CAPTCHA so it will let you in. You can click on Remember Me if it's your home computer so that you don't have to keep entering your password. Once you're logged in, the items on the left side of the screen, the menu has changed. You'll see there's a lot more items. These are areas open only to members. So you can take a look at your information. We are going to go into Community Connections. Okay, so this is my profile on Community Connections. This is your networking and communication tool with exclusively ABWA members. And this is a great way to connect not only in your chapter, but people that you meet at conferences and other ABWA events. So just let's look at this home screen first. You have your basic information, a dashboard here, updates if people have posted things since the last time you came in. You have a contacts tab, a calendar of events, if any of the chapters have posted events, a list of the groups that you have access to, and then discussions. So this is a great place to catch up on content. But let's start by looking at how to update your profile to really maximize this as a networking tool. So I'm going to click on View My Profile. And this is your profile. It will have your contact information, your address if you select one of the options, and I'll show you how to do that, a bio, and your social media links at the bottom. It also shows your contacts, your groups, and any recommendations that you have. So let's look at Edit. Click on Edit. This is your information. So first, let's click on the community profile. You can customize your profile with a personal URL there. I use my name because it's easy. You can put your bio in there. So I have my bio listed, and then you can list a number of social media links on there. It will only let you list one per social media channel. So be mindful if you have multiple social media handles, which ones that you want to list here. Okay, so that is your profile. And then you can click on, if you change anything, you need to make sure you hit Save Changes. And it's waiting and updating, and then we're going to go into member info. It says my profile was updated successfully, so I'm going to go over to the next tab, member info. So your title here is either your job title at your employer or what roles that you serve in ABWA. If you have more than one role or you want to list, I have a few items listed on my profile, and I've focused on ABWA titles here. Your address information, if you want to update that. Then if you click on photo, you can upload a photo. It's great to have a photo. I know it's just a little thumbnail. So it's really important that the photo is pretty much just your face or a headshot because it's so small on the screen. People will not be able to see it if it's a full length picture of you or a picture of you with a bunch of other people. People won't be able to recognize you. So I recommend using just a headshot, a close-up of your face so people can recognize you if possible. Notifications. This is how you'll make sure that you're getting notifications when things are posted in your groups on here. So you can select what type of email you wish to receive and what types of email notifications and how often that you're getting those email summaries, whether it's daily, weekly. Let's go over to the privacy tab now. Now the privacy tab will determine how much of your profile is visible to whom. And depending on your comfort level, because you have to log in to see community connections as an ABWA member, I make a lot of my information community. There are some things I have listed as public. So if someone's trying to find me, my city and state, I have that. I've chosen to elect to have that as public, as well as some of my contact information, because I'm very active in social media and a lot of my business is through word of mouth. So I want people to be able to find me and contact me easily. So I've put my contact info, social links, my biography, my title, and my email all as public. But you can choose public, community, contacts, or hidden. The more information you make available to the ABWA community, the easier it's going to be for people to connect with you. If you make any changes on each of the tabs, make sure you click on Save Changes. So let's look at groups now. Open is going to be one of your groups, the Outlook Positive Express Network, if you're affiliated with our chapter. And as you attend events or take on additional roles, you could be assigned to other groups in ABWA. You see, I'm an ambassador, so I'm in the ambassador group, national officer candidates, and the most recent conference, I have a group for that as well. So let's go down to the chapter, because that's typically the first contacts that you're going to have with ABWA, and you're going to get to know people there. So all of our meeting minutes for all of our board meetings and chapter meetings, all of the summaries get put in our community connections for you to review. There are a number of other resources as well. So let's look at resources. Clicking on that resource tab. So for example, our team charter is available here. Standing rules, gap analysis. You can try to do a keyword search if you know what you're looking for, or browse by category. So let's look at the National Resource Index, since it's the first one. Okay, we didn't put anything in that category. Let's look at, rosters, for example. That would give you information on who is a member of our chapter. So on March 11th, we got a updated roster, and so you can click on that and view that resource. Again, it says group resources can be seen by group members only. So you can download this resource here and then have it on your computer. I'm going to go back. So any of the toolkits, like each year we have a theme. This year it's a reimagining in ABWA. It will have information in and resources in the tab as we update things. So that is your resource tab. Again, mainly what you can find in here that you'd want to review. You can review the meeting minutes if you've missed a meeting, or see what we've discussed at the board meeting. Just a reminder, members are always welcome to attend the board meetings as a guest. members. So you've just joined the chapter. Maybe you met some people at the recent meeting. You can see all of our members here listed. Now, the individuals that have no picture by their name, that just means they haven't uploaded a picture. You can see Sarah has a nice headshot. And if you've met Sarah, you could recognize her and be like, oh yes, I met her at last week's meeting. So having the little headshot there is helpful. You'll notice Rebecca has listed that she was a District 2 Vice President and she's our President-elect. Sarah has opted to put a title for her business on here. You can do both or either. You'll see Meredith has open president and her business role as well. That's entirely up to you. So on this, if you're not connected to someone, like I'm not connected to Nanelle, and I know Nanelle, so I'm going to hit request contact. And I'm going to send her a little message. So if you met them at a specific meeting, it might be a good idea to put that in there. Or if you have a question or invite them out for coffee, you can do that. So this is a great way to connect with people that you've met at meetings. And then someone that you're already connected with. Here I am connected with Rebecca, so I can message her through the system. If I want to add someone else, let's see. Maybe I'm not connected with Meredith. Have to know someone that you're connected with here. So you type the person's name in and their profile will come up. If you have more than one Mary in your profile, I don't know if I do. Yes, I have several Marys. Then you can look at that. This is where the pictures also come in. If you met someone at a meeting or you have someone in your contacts and for the life of you, you cannot remember their name, you type in the part of the name that you know, and it will come up with your contacts. So I've added her in. And then you type your message. Send the message. Now, if Rebecca has her profile set up for notifications, it will send her a notification to answer this email. It will send it to whatever email she has assigned that she has a message waiting, and it usually gives you a little preview or most of the message. So then you have a notification to log in and respond. If you don't have those notifications set up, that message or that connection could be sitting there for a while. So I encourage you to set up those notifications as we did in our edit my settings. Now, let's say you went to a conference. I'm going to go back to my groups. Same thing. You've met someone at an event. And you want to connect with them and invite them to connect with you. So I'm just going to pick. You could try to scroll through and find the person, but at this particular event, there was 143 attendees. So let's say I met someone in one of the breakouts and her name was Vicky and I want to connect with her. Oh, and I look and I say, yes, her picture matches. Her name must be Vicky Marlette. And so I'm going to hit request contact. And I've actually known Vicky for some time, so I'm going to have a more personal message. But you could add a more personal message as well if there was something that you talked about in an event and you want to connect with that individual. So that's one way to find people to connect with. Another option is to click on the person's profile. Let's say you were at an event with Vicky and you met one of her chapter members, but you can't remember the person's name. So maybe you click on Vicky's contacts and she has 270 contacts. So it might take you a while to find the right person, but let's just say we're clicking through, we're trying to find the person that was with Vicky at that event because you guys struck up a conversation and you cannot remember their name. So maybe it's Michelle, right? I actually know Michelle, so I'm going to hit add contact. Now, the way that you're going to know if you're connected with a person is this little icon here. So if it doesn't have a plus by it, like I'm already connected with her, but if it has a plus, then you can add the contact. If you're looking here, you can also, if a person has their email connected and will allow you to communicate with them through Community Connections, you can send a message here. If they don't have a little option there, you are not able to connect with them in Community Connections. So that's one way that you can connect with people and find people that you've met through this system. Whether it's someone that you know that you've come in contact with or in a conference or at a chapter meeting. And then as you participate, let's look at discussions. Let's look at the spring campaign. This is a discussion in one of my groups. So it will have a digest of discussions in your group, as well as recommended discussions from your group if it thinks that you might be interested in those. So let's see what this announcement or discussion is. This is in my ambassador group. This is an update on the spring campaign and inviting people to join this amazing association by Angela. So we are in, Open is in District 2, and we had 3. And I'm a little bit competitive, and I see District 1 is at 8 for that week. So I am going to put in a little comment. So I put the little message in there and hit submit. So you can participate in discussions. Again, you will get notification in your email of discussions that are posted in your groups if you have selected that in your edit my settings. So it's important to do that. And then Message Center, as people send you messages, you can take a look at them from that tab. So you can see a number of messages here. And you can also respond to them. So if I want to look at this meeting information, this was from a meeting that I attended last week. I got this information sent to my email as well, which was very helpful, but it's here as well. So I can reply to this email, reply to everyone it was sent to, or delete, just like your regular email. Since this meeting has ended, I'm going to delete that out of my message center. I hope this has been helpful about community connections. Make sure you check out our other video on how to navigate Apex and the educational components that we have to offer. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, comment, or email us. We're very accessible and would love to help.